I had not thought of yoga as a particularly controversial thing, but apparently in some parts of the country it is. In fact, for nearly 3 decades, teaching yoga in Alabama's public schools has been forbidden by the state school board. One lawmaker, Jeremy Gray, has been trying to change that since 2019. So Gray has a bill being presented to the Alabama Senate that would allow public schools and students to engage in yoga during gym classes. Gym classes, let's bear that in mind, not like calculus or anything. It's a physical activity that would be done perhaps in place of some dodgeball. So the lifting of the ban was approved by the State House of Representatives in March. And last week, Gray's bill passed out of the Senate Judiciary Committee and now awaits a full debate and vote on the Senate floor. So why is this necessary? Well, in 1993, the school board had a regulation that says that school personnel shall be prohibited from using any techniques that involve the induction of hypnotic states, guided imagery, meditation, or yoga, very specifically. And around the time, parents in the state were raising concerns not only about yoga, but also about hypnotism and psychotherapeutic techniques. According to an April 1993 article in the Anniston Star, one mother in Birmingham said her child had brought a relaxation tape home from school that made a boy visibly high. I don't think that's the only thing he brought home from school. The tape. But anyway, so Gray's bill says the school systems could authorize yoga if they choose. Yoga done in school would be limited to poses and stretches, and all poses would have to have English names. What a stupid thing. The American First Caucus will love that. Anyway, the use of chanting, mantras, and teaching the greeting namaste would be forbidden.
Oh man, Alabama.
No namasteing in bed shirts, not allowed on school grounds.
Alabama, baby steps, and right into the child's pose. You're at a child's pose level of yoga, which is just sort of lying down and shutting up. It'll be, instead of downward facing dog, it'll be like downward facing missionary style. Just in case anybody gets any ideas. Good, yay. I think it's very funny that ever the idea that meditation or like breathing while you just sit still would make someone hypnotized. Yeah, they're all hypnotized by the lack of anxiety. Americans' puritanical values, the Anglo-Saxon values of America is just being in a tense state of paranoia at all times and heightened anxiety.
The Anglo-Saxons literally could not tie their shoes. Like it doesn't go down the or.
They had to have buckles. They literally couldn't. They just had to have buckles there.
Yeah. Now, really fast, it would be sad enough and is sad enough that in 1993 in Alabama, they banned yoga. That we were so backwards and superstitious and all of that we were doing that. Well, if you've paid attention to the QAnon thing, you know that we haven't advanced. In fact, we seem to have regressed. And so why wouldn't people still have a problem with yoga? And they're coming out of the woodwork, the pale whitewashed woodwork. You have the National Center for Law and Policy, an organization of Christian lawyers who take on legal cases backing anti-abortion, anti-gay marriage, and other causes that they call civil liberties. They have a fact sheet claiming to prove that yoga cannot be separated from its religious roots in Hinduism. Quote, yoga can be dangerous, causing injuries, death from stroke, and psychotic episodes. Okay.
Hysteria. Burn them at the stake. They are witches. Look at how they do that. The flying crow pose. That is a witch move, it is.
Psychotic episodes from yoga. It's the warrior pose, not becoming a warrior. It's not real. Death from stroke. Okay. If our nation's elementary school kids are having strokes, it's not the yoga, it's the pizza Fridays that are causing it. Dangerous. We do dodgeball. I can bash you in the face with a ball and that's allowed. We play football, we wrestle and stuff.
Yeah, if you've been to a public school, do you know the temperature of the pool? That like somehow like swim is scheduled for December? It's freezing. The fact that I haven't had a stroke there and then always said, I'm on my period, sorry. And then the PE teachers would just be like, oh my gosh, you talked about blood, you talked about menstruation. That's the level of public school physical education that I had. Come on, guys, rope. Remember the rope?
Like the pole?
Just pulling yourself up a disgusting rope.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Now look, there are concerns about stroke. But these Christian groups aren't just talking about the danger. No, they're making it explicitly Christian. So the Eagle Forum of Alabama's Becky Garrettson says yoga is a very big part of the Hindu religion. And if this bill passes, then instructors will be able to come into classrooms as young as kindergarten and bring these children through guided imagery, which is a spiritual exercise. Okay, so yes, some Hindus do yoga. Okay, that's a tradition, sort of, yes. Unsatisfying, uncreative sex is a tradition of Christians. That doesn't mean that if you do it, you become Christian. They're just linked, it's not causal.
Imagine thinking in the year 2021 that yoga isn't white enough. Yoga is the whitest. Ask anyone who's South Asian, ask any Hindu. Yoga is white people, all right? Go to any yoga studio in LA or literally anywhere. You'll be very safe and comfortable as a racist because it's very white.
Yeah, children at that age are very tech savvy, and if they're taught yoga, all they have to do is Google it, and they will immediately find information on the spiritual aspects of it and look at it. Because information's bad. And you have Google anyway. You could find out about Hinduism anyway. It's 2021 and we are a bunch of dumb little babies. That's all we are. Harry Potter is gonna make you a witch and D&D is gonna make you a worshiper of Satan, hail Satan. And we haven't evolved at all. So when I was much younger, I thought someday it'll be like in Star Trek. Nope, gotta set that date back a bit because we are not moving in the right direction.
I love young John Iadarola.
We're all gonna work together for the betterment of man.
We'll have peacemakers on the streets and no police. And every Pop-Tarts for everybody.
Exactly. Nope. No brown sugar. You don't get it. We didn't earn it.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.